Hi there, I'm Dr. Moira Hanna, and I am thrilled to be here with you this semester in Psych 201. Now, this semester, we are using this book, Psychology and Our Curious World. We are lucky enough to have an online textbook that is integrated into everything that we have here in Blackboard so that you don't have to lug around a book like this because it does kind of get heavy. So when you go into Blackboard, I just want to make sure that you get off to the best start possible. Every single week, and sometimes multiple times a week, I'll be posting announcements for you, helping you know what to do, where to find things, or clarifications on assignments that people have asked me questions about. My goal is to always make your life just a little bit easier in this class. I want you to feel comfortable and confident not only with the material, but making sure that you get things done, turned in on time, and that you feel great at the end of the semester. So when you go into Blackboard, I want you to go to that Start Here section. The Start Here section will have all of the details you need for the semester. You'll have access to the syllabus quiz and the policy acknowledgement forms, just like every other online class that you've ever taken. Or if this is your first online class, you'll find this in every online class that you'll take from here on out. You'll also find a schedule that you can print off of what is due every single week that you can highlight it, you can check it off. As someone who has been a college professor for over 15 years now, I can tell you that the students who print that off, put it into their calendar, really are diligent about marking things off, whether on paper or on your computer with some kind of system, doesn't matter. If you take the time to do that, you are going to be much more likely to get things turned in on time because there are a lot of little moving pieces. You'll see that we have knowledge checks and we have journal assignments, we have papers, we have quizzes. We've got all kinds of interesting interactive activities planned for you this semester. But it does require some coordination. And that is my point in sending you weekly announcements, but also in having you print off or save it to your iPad, whatever you'd like to do. Save that schedule so that you know exactly what to expect. Now, as far as grading goes, this is probably one of the biggest questions I get. Is there extra credit? And how long is it going to take you to get stuff back to us? Those are excellent questions. Let me tackle the first one, extra credit. There is not extra credit in this class. However, there are a lot of activities in this class that are designed to help you raise your grade and to be a little bit of a buffer. So do the best you can on every single assignment, get the max points that you can absolutely earn, and I think you'll be in a great place. In terms of how long does it take me to grade, because we have all had professors that you're waiting weeks upon sometimes months or the whole semester before you see a grade. I don't believe in doing that. I think college is stressful enough. I think trying to get everything turned in, balancing it with your life, with everything else, you don't need the added stress of going, when is Dr. Hanna going to grade my stuff? So my goal is to make sure that everything is back to you within 7 days. So that means if you turn it in on Sunday when it's due, those are the due dates in our class typically, on Sundays by 11:59 p.m. If you turn something in by Sunday, I'm going to have it turned back to you by the following Sunday. I do grade throughout the week. So if you turn stuff in that I need to put my eyes on, maybe it's a paper, it's a journal, it's a discussion post, it's whatever, I'm going to grade those throughout the week. So if you get it in earlier, you're going to have a grade back earlier. But in general, 1 week past the due date is when I will have all of that feedback to you. And speaking of feedback, I do actually write feedback on anything that I have to put my eyes on. Like I said, journals, papers, you have a journal article review assignment this semester, anything that I'm putting my eyes on and personally giving you a grade, I am going to leave you feedback. So you want to make sure that you go into the grade book and check out that feedback. Because a lot of times, especially in terms of the journal article review assignment that you've got this semester, it's 4 parts. And I am giving you hints every step of the way as to what you need to fix before you turn in your final paper. If you listen, it's going to have good results. If you do not listen, your grade isn't going to be what you want it to be because I've told you all along what I'm expecting. And if you don't put that feedback into action, then we kind of are where we are, right? I know you understand that. Just make sure you do check for feedback. That goes for any class that you have. Go into that grade book and look for feedback. All right. There are lectures. Although we do not meet live for class, there are lectures for every single chapter that you have to learn in the book. And our lectures are put together by a group of professors at Greenville Tech. And so you're going to see lectures from different people. It gives you different styles, it gives you different approaches. So I think that'll be fun for y'all. And there are also some downloadable things. There are extra videos that are linked to help you understand the concepts just a little bit better. In addition to that, I am going to be posting a discussion board in our class. If you have any questions at all, ask. I don't care if you think you're supposed to understand it. Ask the question. And what I will do is create a video response for you, and I'll give you a link to that, and you can go listen to it. Okay, so I don't ever want you to sit with the book, you're reading it, whether it's online or in your hands. I don't want you to go read it and go, I really don't understand that, and I've read it 18 times. Don't get to time 18. Try it once or twice. If something is not making sense, I am here. I promise. Even though I'm here in my home office, I am here for you. I am here to help you, and I definitely want you to succeed. So ask the questions. Don't worry if you think you're supposed to understand it, because I'll let you in on a secret. When I took general psych many, many moons ago, it was one of the hardest classes I ever took. It was also the first class that I did not make an A or a B in. And here we are today. I do have a bachelor's degree, a master's, and a PhD in psychology. So clearly, it worked itself out. But Gen Psych is tricky. It is this umbrella field that has so many pockets of information. And in Gen Psych, we cover a bunch of those pockets of information. And we have to remember them all. So we've got things like research methods. We've got biology, the brain, the nervous system, consciousness, sleep, dreams. We've got how we learn, how our memory functions. That's a good one. We are going to talk about motivation, emotions, personality, which is super cool. If you have ever heard anything about Freud, we'll talk about Freud, but we'll also talk about some more modern theories of personality that make just a little bit more sense. And we'll talk about psychological disorders, which is a huge field. So psychology, Gen Psych in particular, it's got a lot of stuff in it. And I don't want you to feel like you're behind or it feels like it should be easy and it's not, because it just kind of isn't. And that's okay. I am here to partner with you to help you through Gen Psych successfully, but you have to help me. In class, when I teach live classes, I get to see students look at me and they go, I don't understand. Or I can just see the deer in the headlights look when they don't understand a concept that I'm talking about. The problem with these online classes, especially because we don't meet live, is that I don't get that visual look. I don't get that confused look, the kind of puppy dog tilt. I don't get the deer in the headlights look at me. So you got to tell me when you're there. You've got to tell me when you're struggling, because I will swoop in and help you in any way that I can. A lot of times questions can be easily answered via email or in Blackboard messages. But like I said, I'll have a discussion board posted for you in the course. You can ask any questions that you have. I will make a video response for you so that you can go through that and hopefully get a better understanding of where we're at and the concepts that we're trying to learn. All right, I think that's all I have for you right now. Read the announcements, read your feedback in Blackboard, read the book. Read the book. Please read the book. Don't just ignore it. Read the book. Here's one other thing that I wanted to bring up. Studying. When you start studying, the midterm and the final exams are closed book, closed note, which means you have to prepare for them the way you would an exam in class. So how do you do that? First up, don't wait till the last minute. That's going to be in our memory chapter. We do not do well when we cram. And second up, come up with your own examples. As you take notes in the book, as you take notes as you watch videos, as you read, I want you to come up with your own examples of things. For instance, when we go to the learning chapter, you'll learn about classical conditioning. I want you to come up with your own examples of classical conditioning and operant conditioning. When we talk about the nervous system, I want you to come up with examples of when your peripheral nervous system is activated, when your sympathetic nervous system is activated, when your parasympathetic nervous system is activated. I want you to come up with your own examples. The book has tons of awesome examples. However, they may not mean anything to you. And the beauty of coming up with your own examples is that you're more likely to remember them because they mean something to you. Okay, so there we go. Read the announcements, read your feedback in the gradebook, get everything turned in on time, download the schedule, and ask questions and study. Make sure that you are coming up with your own examples. All right, that's it. There you have it. I wanted to keep this kind of short, sweet, simple, and I hope I did that. Otherwise, I will see you in class, and welcome.